A very good afternoon to all, and welcome to the second edition of Water Business Talk, presented by National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, and association with Epic News Network. I welcome all the delegates joining today virtually through our social media handles. We have with us two women guests today. Let me introduce Shri G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary, Mission Director, National Water Mission, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. Thank you so much, Ashok sir, for joining us today. We have with us Arkul Sudesh Shenoy. He is a segment head, Water and Wastewater Business, Global Solutions, International Operations from Schneider Electric. Thank you so much, Arkul, for joining us today.
Sure.
This water business talk becomes very, very important at this point where the new innovations and technologies are playing a very important role in the water sector. This monthly talk series will explore the business opportunities between the government and the industry to build a comprehensive water management ecosystem in India. Before I hand over this session to Shri G. Ashok Kumar, we have a small video to play about the work done by National Water Mission. Can we have the video, please?
गंगे च यमुने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती कावेरी नर्मदे सिंधु जलस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु। जल ईश्वर स्वरूप है, सौम्य, शालीन, जीवनदायक। प्रकृति का दिया ये जल रूपी वरदान पृथ्वीवासियों के लिए सिर्फ एक विरासत नहीं बल्कि एक जिम्मेदारी है जिसे आने वाली पीढ़ी के लिए संभालना आवश्यक है और इस उद्देश्य की ओर पूरी निष्ठा से कार्य कर रहा है राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन, जल शक्ति मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार।
खेती के उपयोग में आने वाले पानी का अधिकतम उपयोग हो, इस दृष्टिकोण से मंत्रालय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के मार्गदर्शन में काम कर रहा है और हमने नेशनल वाटर मिशन में 20% तक पानी के उपयोग में कमी लाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। सतह पर जो जल उपलब्ध है उसका उचित प्रबंधन, भूगर्भ के जो हमारे स्रोत हैं उनका ठीक से उपभोग हो, जो पानी हम अलग अलग क्षेत्र में उपयोग में लेते हैं उसका विवेकपूर्ण उपयोग हो और उसके साथ साथ में जो पानी उपयोग के बाद में निकलता है उसका ठीक से ट्रीटमेंट हो, तो हम जल सुरक्षित देश को बना सकते हैं।
जलवायु परिवर्तन का विशेष ध्यान रखते हुए नेशनल एक्शन प्लान ऑन क्लाइमेट चेंज के तहत नेशनल वाटर मिशन की स्थापना की गई ताकि जल संरक्षण को बढ़ावा मिले, जल की बर्बादी को कम किया जा सके और राज्यों के भीतर एवं राज्यों के बीच जल का अधिक समान रूप से वितरण सुनिश्चित किया जा सके। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के प्रमुख उद्देश्य हैं जल का डेटाबेस सार्वजनिक रूप से प्रस्तुत रखना और जल संसाधनों पर जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभाव का आकलन करना, जल संरक्षण वृद्धि और संरक्षण के लिए नागरिक और राज्य कार्रवाई को बढ़ावा देना, शोषित क्षेत्रों सहित संवेदनशील क्षेत्रों पर ध्यान देना, 20% तक जल उपयोग कुशलता में वृद्धि करना और बेसिन स्तर के एकीकृत जल संसाधन प्रबंधन को बढ़ावा देना।
देश के अंदर जितनी भी वर्षा होती है एक वर्ष के अंदर, हम उसका केवल 8% ही बचा पा रहे हैं। तो ऐसी दृष्टि को मद्देनजर रखते हुए हमें युद्ध स्तर के ऊपर जो है अपने जल प्रबंधन के कार्य को आगे बढ़ाने की आवश्यकता है और हमारा मंत्रालय जो है उस दिशा के अंदर सतत प्रयास कर रहा है।
अपने लक्ष्य की ओर बढ़ते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन ने अनेकों कदम उठाए हैं, जिसके तहत कैच द रेन नामक एक खास कैंपेन शुरू किया गया है, जिसकी टैगलाइन है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। इसमें राज्य सरकारों, सामाजिक संस्थानों, सरकारी और गैर सरकारी संस्थानों से एप्रोप्रिएट रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग स्ट्रक्चर्स का निर्माण और उसके उपयोग का अनुरोध किया है, जो कि वहां के सॉइल और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस के अनुरूप हो और वर्षा के पानी को बचाने और कुशलता से उपयोग करने की इस मुहिम में अधिकाधिक लोगों को साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है। साथ ही विभिन्न कलेक्टर्स को जिला स्तर पर रेन सेंटर्स की शुरुआत करने का अनुरोध भी किया गया है, जिसके माध्यम से आम लोगों को वर्षा जल संचय से जुड़ी तकनीकी जानकारी दी जा सके। कुछ प्रमुख संस्थानों और मंत्रालयों ने वर्षा जल को संरक्षित करने के लिए कदम भी उठाए हैं। जल संरक्षण में समाज की भागीदारी को बढ़ावा देने के लिए कई संस्थाओं को भी साथ जोड़ने की पहल की गई है।
Both in urban areas and rural areas, rainwater harvesting system must be made mandatory when sanctioning plans. We must ensure that water is not wasted and the groundwater reserves are recharged when the rain falls on the ground. We must catch the rain and store it. I am happy that the National Water Mission's campaign is taking up a timely initiative called Catch the Rain when it falls.
वर्षा जल संचय की महत्ता को ध्यान में रखते हुए समाज की जानी मानी हस्तियों ने भी इस कैच द रेन कैंपेन को बढ़ावा और सहयोग दिया। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन लगातार जल संरक्षण हेतु ट्रेडिशनल वाटर सिस्टम के रिवाइवल के लिए कार्य कर रहा है। इस दिशा में भारत के स्टेप वेल्स की धरोहर को संजोते हुए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा स्टेप वेल्स ऑफ इंडिया नामक एक किताब लोकार्पित की गई, जिसमें 100 यूनिक और इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेप वेल्स की जानकारी मौजूद है।
We use as much as 85% of the water resources for irrigation alone, and therefore depleting the groundwater tables. So we have a situation where we need to improve the management of our water resources, and this cannot be done only through the central and state government programs, because water touches our lives, and that's where the National Water Mission has launched major initiatives. It conducts regular talks. Every third Friday there is a talk on water, and on every second Friday there is a talk on water technology issues. Apart from these initiatives, there is the initiative of Jal Shakti Abhiyan, which was conceived of in 2019. For a campaign to be really successful, it has to have the commitment of the top political leadership. And what better commitment can be there if the Prime Minister of the country gives this clarion call to the citizens to participate in this program.
भारत के ज्यादातर हिस्सों में मई जून में बारिश शुरू होती है। क्या हम अभी से अपने आसपास के जल स्रोतों की सफाई के लिए, वर्षा जल के संचयन के लिए 100 दिन का कोई अभियान शुरू कर सकते हैं? इसी सोच के साथ अब से कुछ दिन बाद जल शक्ति मंत्रालय द्वारा भी जल शक्ति अभियान कैच द रेन भी शुरू किया जा रहा है। इस अभियान का मूल मंत्र है कैच द रेन वेयर इट फॉल्स व्हेन इट फॉल्स। हम अभी से जुटेंगे। हम पहले से जो रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग सिस्टम है उन्हें दुरुस्त करवा लेंगे, गांवों में, तालाबों में, पोखरों की सफाई करवा लेंगे, जल स्रोतों तक जा रहे पानी के रास्ते की रुकावटें दूर कर लेंगे, तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा वर्षा जल का संचयन कर पाएंगे।
जल संरक्षण की अधिकाधिक जागरूकता और प्रशिक्षण का फैलाव भी किया जा रहा है, जिसके तहत वाटर टॉक नामक लेक्चर सीरीज चलाई जा रही है। इस पहल को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए इस वाटर टॉक सीरीज को डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के माध्यम से आगे पहुंचाया गया, और जिसके कारण न केवल प्रतिभागियों की संख्या बढ़ी, बल्कि देश विदेश से भी लोग इसमें शामिल हो रहे हैं। साथ ही इन वाटर टॉक्स का सार एक बुक में भी कंपाइल किया गया है। इसके अलावा नेशनल वाटर मिशन की तरफ से वाटर कंजर्वेशन के अलग अलग टॉपिक्स पर टेक्निकल सेमिनार्स और वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते रहे हैं। साथ ही जिला अधिकारियों और म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर्स के साथ वीकली वेबिनार्स भी किए जाते हैं, जिसमें उनके द्वारा उनके एक क्षेत्र में की जा रही बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस की चर्चा की जाती है।
एवरी डीएम्स को रिक्वेस्ट किया कि हर जिले में एक रेन सेंटर नहीं तो एक जल शक्ति केंद्र खोलने के लिए। इस जल शक्ति केंद्र में जल के बारे में जितने भी जानकारी लोगों को मिलना चाहिए उसी के बारे में जानकारी मिलते हैं। बट वी हैव टू मेक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड द वैल्यू ऑफ वाटर and engage them in discussions, engage them in thinking about the value of water, so that they leave behind a very good legacy for their next generation.
सिंचाई क्षेत्र में सुधार के लिए 26 बेसलाइन स्टडीज भी की गयीं और साथ ही मांग प्रबंधन यानी डिमांड साइड मैनेजमेंट के लिए सही फसल नामक कैंपेन चलाया जा रहा है, ताकि किसानों को उनके एक क्षेत्र के अनुसार कम पानी की खपत वाली फसल की बुआई के लिए शिक्षित और प्रोत्साहित किया जा सके। और इसके लिए किसानों को वर्कशॉप्स भी दी जा रही हैं। राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन के इस कैंपेन के चलते कुछ राज्यों ने क्रॉप डाइवर्सिफिकेशन को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए अपनी पॉलिसी में बदलाव भी किए। औद्योगिक क्षेत्र में भी जल के कुशल उपयोग के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन लगातार निगरानी बनाए हुए है, जिसके तहत कई विभिन्न उद्योगों में वाटर ऑडिट्स भी किए जा रहे हैं। BIS की पार्टनरशिप के तहत वाटर अप्लायंसेस के स्टार रेटिंग का काम भी हो रहा है। जल क्षेत्र में स्टेट स्पेसिफिक एक्शन प्लान की संरचना के लिए राष्ट्रीय जल मिशन द्वारा राज्यों को वित्तीय सहायता भी दी जाती है। इतना ही नहीं, विभिन्न रूप से जल संरक्षण को व्यवहार में लाने वाले संस्थानों को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए नेशनल वाटर मिशन अवार्ड्स के जरिए 45 लाख रुपए तक के कैश प्राइजेस भी वितरित किए गए। साफ पानी और स्वच्छता मानव जीवन को पूर्ण रूप देते हैं। ये सच है, जल जीवन है, जल ही शक्ति है।
So that was the video and the work done by National Water Mission in last 1.5 years. Now, without taking much time, now I hand over the session to Shri G. Ashok Kumar. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to the second Water BiZ talk organized by the National Water Mission. Hope all of you would have seen what National Water Mission does in the video and the campaign which is undergoing now under the auspices of the National Water Mission, the Catch the Rain campaign with the tagline "Catch where it falls, when it falls," launched by the Honorable Prime Minister on 22nd March 2021. And the last 5-6 months, despite having lost a month for the COVID second wave and the vaccination drive, which 1 month was for picking up the vaccination drive, we managed to do a lot of work in the last 6-7 months. We have completed more than 35 lakh structures, water harvesting structures, and almost 56,000 crore worth work has been done, and out of which 50,000 crore was done only from the Manrega. In addition to, we have money spent from the Finance Commission funds, from the Amrit funds, etc. in urban areas. Probably because this is one event, one campaign which broke the barriers of water. The water was in silos, rural and urban, in groundwater and surface water. All these is broken, and we have one nation, one water campaign here. So, and luckily this time we had good rainfall also. So, a very large number of structures have been constructed, and hopefully large quantity of water would have been saved, and that would probably help us in making to the concept of the Tanker Mukt Bharat, which we are looking at it, because if we can manage water sufficiently, we will be able to if we do good management of water, good saving of water, and also proper utilization of water, probably our scarcity, which perceived scarcity of water, can be probably addressed. So, and now, so that is a very positive note on the Catch the Rain campaign, which I was mentioning. It had been welcomed by a lot of people. The people from the ground level have joined. So it is very, very, very much a people's movement, because we have the individuals level participation coming up, the Gram Panchayat level participation coming up, and these are all captured with photographs in the National Water Mission portal. It is called jsactr.mow.gov.in portal. Has all information. Nearly about 5 to 6 lakh photographs are available of the various work done in the last 6 months. So it's a transparent, very economical, and totally involving people, a program which is going on well, and hopefully we'll have a very wonderful outcome of this campaign when the rain gets over. And luckily, when irada pakka hai, to God also is supportive. So we have the God giving, opening up rains this time. So a lot of rains have also come in. Now, coming to the today's business talk, we National Water Mission had been doing this uh, talks, water talk, every third Fridays, and then we started the water tech talk every second Friday, and also we used to do this meeting with DMs on every Saturdays, about 5 DMs and one NGO. So a huge involvement of people had been brought into a platform by various platforms by the National Water Mission, and that also helped in spreading the message of Catch the Rain and also making water interest topic in discussions and a conversation in all sectors in rural and urban areas, in administrative as well as in industrial areas. So then we thought we should also look at. We had a lot of people asking on. Is there any business opportunity in water sector? So as we were discussing with Atul now, he was telling this is probably the most an emerging sector, and something as I was reading somewhere, water is the next oil. So probably, if you look, I mean, literally, if you take it, probably we have hydrogen, green hydrogen running the cars in future maybe, and probably we'll have to use water as fuel. So water would literally be the next oil, and probably not in literally but figuratively also water would be the oil, because next oil, because a lot of things depend on this water. If you look at it, uh, the government's trust in water sector also, if you look at it, because having realized the importance of water, having realized that water would be one of the limiting factors of development or the dream of a $5 trillion economy, Prime Minister has also taken up water management and water conservation and people's participation in water as one of his main agenda. He had been very repeatedly talking about water management, about Catch the Rain campaign, about Jal Shakti Abhiyan, about drinking water, about sanitation, etc. in his Man Ki Baat. In almost all the Man Ki Baat, he refers to something or other about water. And also, he also now focuses on the recycle and reuse of water and on circular economy. So this is, as I said, probably one would be a very limiting factor for the economic growth of the country. And with a dream of $5 trillion economy, water should not be a bottleneck. So water has to be managed properly from now onwards. And that's why he launched the campaign Catch the Rain Where It Falls, When It Falls, making people as a part of it. So it is a probably one largest campaign on water conservation ever in the world, involving people, and the results has also shown good results, because we, as I said, about 35 lakh water urban structures have been built. So we also have a commitment to the SDGs. The Sustainable Development Goal 6 talks about access to drinking water and sanitation. So we have PM had launched this Jal Jeevan mission, where we plan to make functional household tap connection to every household in the country, in the rural area of the country. So that is also another major target to be achieved, apart from the toilets, which in the last 5 years we could achieve. So there is a lot of opportunity in water and sanitation available, and people who have money to invest in India, many of them were asking whether do we have business opportunities in water. There are a lot of the business opportunities in water, and this talk is particularly to bring the people who have realized that there's business opportunity in water, and also people who intend to put money in invest money in water sector to come to a platform and probably exchange ideas, so that they can gain each other, one from knowledge and other from investment side also, and also attract more and more investment in water sector. So the National Water Mission's goal of getting water into the main agenda of entire economic discourse and also in the discussion is probably partly fulfilled by this water business talk, because water business people get interested, and more investment comes into the water sector. Probably many of the abnormalities of the water sector can also be probably corrected. Like pricing is one issue. Probably when more business opportunities come in and business people come in, and better technology come in, we may probably look at the pricing aspect of it or metering aspect of it, because sometimes the market drives it. So government, as I said, is very much focused on the and brought a very integrated approach to the water, breaking the silos, starting off with the formation of the Jal Shakti Mantralaya, Ministry of Jal Shakti, where where various departments handling water has been brought into one for unified decision making and IEC activities, etc. One minister is handling various aspects of water, which helps in making very meaningful information based water centric decisions. So that is one major achievement which we have done in the which the government has put up in the last 6-7 years. Now, our government itself has brought in a lot of investment. More than 5 lakh crore investment is put in various new schemes, whether it's Jal Jeevan Mission or Atal Bhujal Yojana, or in the drip project where the modernization of dams are taking place, or even pushing for the micro irrigation, etc. PMKSY, lot of investment, visible investment, committed investment in water sector has been promised by the government also. So there is never before probably so much of money has been invested by the government in water sector. So probably this is one indication that government also means business in water, and that should help in encouraging business people to come in. So I was looking at probably 4 or 5 major verticals. Now, the one would be the water conservation itself. Conservation has a lot of pehlu in that, whether it is rainwater harvesting structures, that itself is a good industry. How to make rainwater harvesting structures, equipments for rainwater harvesting, then technology is associated with that, and then the smart cities have come up in many places. So a lot of investment opportunity and business opportunities available in the first vertical itself, the water conservation, the basic and fundamental, even that is encapsulated in the Catch the Rain campaign, the low slogan Catch the Rain campaign. Second is increasing water use efficiency is one of the priorities of the government, whether it is the industrial sector or agriculture sector. Tremendous scope for increasing the water use efficiency. This could be in the form of equipments for micro irrigation in the agriculture sector, which takes about 80 to 85%, 85 to 90% of water usage in the country. So there is a tremendous scope for increasing the water use efficiency by putting up sprinkler irrigation or drip irrigation, micro irrigations, and probably precision agriculture, artificial intelligence. We can go on that, because Israel has in one of our water tech talk had come and presented the precision agriculture, where they put the exact drop of water required for the crop to grow. So probably that's a very high end of it. But IoT solutions are possible, where we can probably manage the water better without really too much of investment in that. Second would be the innovation and so increasing use of water efficiency in agriculture, in industry. The business process can be changed and taken up. That itself is a great opportunity for many industries to invest and get it going. Third important aspect is innovation and technology, whether it is reducing non-revenue water leakage detection, or this automated meter reading, or remote control of the water systems, SCADA. These are all important for the smart cities, because today I think Akul will tell about it, because this is one of the major sectors which they are working, Schneider Electric is working on. So innovation, technology, IoT is another big vertical, much bigger than probably people think or know about it. Is available for investment. So I request the business people who are watching this to join in and jump into the support the startups in the water sector, because the returns in water sector are much better over the years. Then we have another big vertical about the wastewater management and the circular economy, sewage treatment plants, Namami Ganga, and I'll come out with the HAM model. A lot of trust is now being given on the sewage water treatment plants, both from the environmental side of it and also from the water management side, because the water which we use in for consumption comes out as a lot of water comes back as sewage. So sewage treatment is one major requirement for reducing the water properly. So that's the fourth vertical, and to manage this and to handle this and to look at and operate and implement the structures created and the equipments manufactured and used, we require tremendous qualified number of HR. So there's tremendous scope for capacity building, manpower development, and we are also putting up as a part of the Catch the Rain campaign, Jal Shakti Kendras, which will act as knowledge centers all over the country. So water knowledge center, managing that knowledge center, mapping of water body, GIS mapping and preparation of water plans. All these things are also part of the Catch the Rain campaign. So the fifth vertical would be the human resources and capacity building, and using a very highly qualified, empowered manpower to help in proper water management. These are some of the various verticals available for improved business. So I stop here because my time gets over here. So thanks for the opportunity for getting people like Arkul to join us. So basically, Arkul Sudesh Shenoy heads the water and wastewater business of Schneider Electric in Greater India Zone. So he will tell about what the company does. But he himself has a lot of industry experience over 18 years, and in various functions such as R&D and offer development and strategy. They have done a lot of work in the Naya Raipur areas. So without much wasting of time, I hand it over to Arkul Sudesh, who will talk about the role he and his company has also played, and also this would also give an insight to various water business opportunities available. So I hope that people who are watching this, the business people who are watching in, would take it as an opportunity, and then definitely do the networking part and help in developing the water business in the country. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to Arkul.
Thank you, sir. It is indeed an honor. Can you hear me clearly first? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Ashok Kumar. It's indeed an honor to be speaking at the second edition of the Water BiZ Talk, which is an initiative by the National Water Mission under the Ministry of Jal Shakti. I, as you've rightly pointed out, head the water and wastewater business for Schneider Electric India. Schneider Electric, let me share a quick presentation. Let me know if you can see the screen. Yeah. All right. So Schneider Electric is a global specialist in energy management, automation, and digital technologies, which is integrated on our IoT-based, innovative, open, interoperable EcoStruxure platform. So it is not Schneider alone, but we can connect across different offers and different products, that may be in a place, say in a brownfield site. We have very well balanced presence across the geographies, with about 42% revenues coming from the new economies. We're committed to innovation, and about 5% of all our revenues is spent on R&D. And India is a key geography for us. It is the third largest zone globally for Schneider Electric, and the fourth hub. When I say hub, it means it is complete with R&D, it is complete with manufacturing. We have labs, we have distribution centers, marketing and sales, of course, and so on and so forth, which is in a way a complete embodiment of the Atmanirbhar call of our Prime Minister. We help our customers, among other things, to achieve energy efficiency, operational efficiency, to help meet their sustainability goals and resiliency objectives. This is how we are spread across India with multiple factories, with multiple offices across the geography, and also, of course, the R&D center, which is located in Bangalore. In the next 30 minutes or so, I will talk about how we at Schneider Electric see the water sector evolving, Schneider Electric's contribution and strength in this critical segment, and what are the different business opportunities that presents itself that will eventually lead to a transformation in this critical sector. Ashok sir was saying that water is the next oil. Yes, water is the next oil, water is the next gold, but water is life. That's the most important. So without water, there is no life. It may sound dramatic, but nothing can be farther away, closer to the truth. 90% of all that we experience every day, whether it's food that we eat, whether it's the computer that we work on, the mobile phone that we use, either consists of water or needs a lot of water to manufacture, and so on and so forth. So much so that our own body is composed of about 75% of water. So while water is at the heart of civilization, it is one natural resource that is perhaps the most abused and taken for granted. It is ironical that Earth, which is composed of about 71% of water, is facing an acute shortage of water. And unless we act fast, we stare at an imminent disaster of catastrophic proportions. Does that mean it's a lost game? Well, luckily, we still have time to recover and replenish. While the problem is widely recognized and acknowledged, we have started taking actions collectively and individually. One such initiative, which Mr. Ashok mentioned, which is incidentally his brainchild, is Catch the Rain of the National Water Mission. Catch the rain where it happens, when it happens, which basically focuses on conservation, enhancing the availability and enriching our water bodies using, among other things, the harvesting techniques. And this is one certain way of enriching our aquifers so that we are looking at a sustainable water usage model. Highly appreciable. Quickly, here are the global mega trends that are impacting water. It's all familiar. The rapid urbanization, ever-growing human population, which puts an unprecedented pressure on our natural resources. Fresh water, that forms a minuscule percentage of all world's available water, that is fit for human consumption, is under extreme stress. And I was mentioning, I was quoting from the minister's speech in a different forum, where he said, while India's population is destined to grow, our water requirement also will grow by about 3 times. That is a kind of stress, that is the kind of pressure that we're talking about when we talk about freshwater resources. While this is happening, we are also looking at increased production of what is called as the grey water, right? The wastewater, the effluent, which needs to be treated and put back into the system with safe disposal techniques. Now, looking at all of this, today, if you look at the scenario, we are sourcing drinking water from various sources. One is the fresh water, groundwater, the surface water, etc. We are also tapping in alternative sources of water, such as desalination, recycling, wastewater, etc., which is going to play an extremely important role as we go forward. Well, then we have the global UN sustainable development goals to keep, notably the SDG 6, the SDG 9, and the SDG 11. This mandates water circularity with zero industrial emission and wastewater recycle, reduction of carbon dioxide footprint with water process optimization, promoting renewable energies and water efficiency, addressing scarcity by irrigation management, which incidentally consumes 80% of all the water that is globally used. river and basin management and technologies such as desalination, and with a resilient workforce and enhanced service level and uptime by focusing on asset efficiency. This is the sustainability commitment that we have under the SDG 6, 9, and 11 goals. These are some of the key challenges faced by the water industry today in India. While we know that we are the world's second largest population, largest concentration of aspirational population, perhaps, with an ever improving lifestyle and an increasing per capita water consumption, booming industrial growth, and one of the largest farming community in the world, which means our challenges are equally large. And if you have to categorize, we can put them into 5 buckets. One is access to safe and adequate drinking water, which is perhaps the most fundamental. This is being pushed by ambitious government programs and schemes, some of which Mr. Ashok Kumar mentioned. Programs such as Jal Jeevan Mission, which intends to take water to every household in the rural area, Amrit, etc. It intends to transform water availability. It intends to enhance the water quality. It looks at focusing on wastewater management and hence improving the quality of common citizens. The second one is really the capex constraint, that while we are doing this, we are always challenged to provide the right kind of equipment, the right kind of technology at the right cost, which is capable of withstanding the demanding requirements. The third bucket is really the right decision making, which is more and more critical for ensuring equitable water, not just for drinking, but for industrial purposes, for various other activities. Equitable water distribution at the right quality, non-revenue water reduction, including leakage and loss component, proper wastewater management, augmenting water circularity, meeting the intended social goals, and Jal Jeevan Mission is indeed a social-oriented scheme, enhancing uptime and service level, improvement in asset life and driving sustainability, ensuring seamless coordination between multiple water resources, including recycled water to meet the growing water requirements. The fourth bucket is workforce dynamics. Here again, the talent which this sector would see, there is an immediate need to attract the right talent, to manage it, to maintain it, and so that they can run the assets, they can enhance governance and make the sector more lucrative for more people to join in as a career option. And fifth is, of course, the ROI, which is perhaps when it comes to water, less talked about, but very important, so that it can be a self-sustaining model where the money that is put in is adequately recovered and then channelized back into more development that can happen here to meet the growing needs of people. To make it attractive for stakeholders to participate in, such as projects in PPP and HAM model, again, ROI becomes an extremely important part. Now, technologies based on IoT, artificial intelligence, big data, and predictive management, integrated resource management, etc., like I said, will play an all-important role in driving end-to-end water management and reuse. A sustainable and resilient water management is only possible when we scale up the value chain and enter into the zone of optimization, integrated operations management, and contextualized end-to-end visibility and decision-enabling analytics. The key is to empower decision makers with an integrated end-to-end visibility, analytics, and actionable information, which includes bringing assets together, bringing operations into it, people and resources, everything onto a single platform to ensure all the data and its interdependencies are very well represented for an optimum analysis, resulting in robust decision-making insights. Schneider Electric's solution helps you do just that. A complete end-to-end water cycle management, right from process controls to asset management, cybersecurity solutions to advanced data and analytics, and an integrated system of systems, the command and control center, or the Unified Operations Center, as we call it. We work with our customers to help them deliver across the water cycle. At Schneider Electric, we help our water customers with our EcoStruxure-based IoT-enabled smart water solutions with threefold objectives. One is to improve operational efficiency by bringing in technologies that help reduce water losses and ensure water quality, that helps in decarbonization of water infrastructures by focusing on energy efficiency and so on and so forth. Second, help reduce total cost of ownership through design optimization, asset optimization, and management, enhancing water asset and infrastructure life using predictive management, minimizing cybersecurity risks, etc. And three, achieve sustainability goals by helping with water circularity, wastewater reuse, discharge and zero liquid discharge compliance, 100% water resource management, including aspects such as flood warning, coordination of multiple water resources, pump optimization, etc., using our IoT-based digital technologies on EcoStruxure platform. Let's look at what we can do in each subsegment. For the sake of better understanding, we've split it into water resources, water treatment, wastewater water distribution, etc. In water distribution, for example, in water distribution network, our solutions help our customers with remote monitoring, remote control, reduction of NRW, including leakages and losses, water demand forecasting, design and operation of an efficient water network management, efficient pump control and optimizations, scheduling, prolonging asset life using predictive algorithms, predicting network behavior, and so on and so forth. In water treatment space, our solutions help with efficient process controls, reduction of energy consumption and energy costs, which includes optimizing between multiple energy sources where available, predictive management of assets, improved reporting for quality and compliance, and so on and so forth. In bulk water production and transportation, our solutions help our customers with predicting and reducing leakage and bursts, efficient water network management, efficient pump controls, optimization scheduling, better monitoring, and energy efficiency. In wastewater network, our solutions can help reduce spills for better regulatory compliance, dealing with blockages, predicting and managing flood risks, besides monitoring, pump control, and optimization scheduling, and of course, energy efficiency. In wastewater treatment plant, our solutions can help greater monitoring for stormwater management, optimizing energy from multiple sources, microgrids, besides efficient process control, predictive management of assets, and improved reporting, including reporting from, say, labs and other sources, which could be, one in terms of controlling the quality of the water and the wastewater discharge, but also in terms of, for example, in pandemic situation, trying to visualize the kind of antibodies presence and so on and so forth. So it could be helpful from that aspect as well. In desalination, our solutions can optimize energy. Desalination essentially is a energy rich process. There, optimization of energy becomes extremely important. We could also help optimize energy if there are multiple sources. We could optimize energy from these sources so that it is in the best interests of running the plant economically. Provision of microgrids, efficient process control, energy efficiency, predictive management of assets, etc. In water resources, irrigation, dam management, and so on and so forth, the solutions can help with better monitoring, remote monitoring. These assets are all spread out and in remote areas, so better remote monitoring. Water flow control, thus saving on water, which is an extremely important aspect in irrigation, especially where we know consumes a lot of water that is used by human beings. Energy efficiency and predictive management of remote assets using DNP3 based communication protocol, and so on and so forth. For all the above subsegments, additionally, our solutions can help with CAPEX and OPEX optimization, of course, cyber resiliency, predictive maintenance strategy and timelines, etc., so that we don't have to wait for the failure to happen. Rather, we can predict the failure and take corrective actions on time, so that it can help us save on time, cost, effort, besides achieving the kind of service level that is desired. Besides this, we also have solutions to manage underground sources such as wells and tube wells from a monitoring, control, pump operation optimization, dynamic pump selection, energy optimization, multiple power source integration, and selection point of view. All of this is achieved again by our IoT-based solution backed by our automation electrical offers integrated over our EcoStructure platform. We, through our partners, and we have the capability of doing it ourselves, but we believe in leveraging our partners, and this is where a large business opportunity lies between Schneider Electric and the likes of startups or people who are into system integration, etc., who would like to work with us, where you could help us in terms of delivery, you could help us in terms of market outreach, and so on and so forth. We can work with you in terms of to integrate the complete electrical automation and instrumentation over our EcoStructure-based IoT platform. This is a representation of our complete portfolio of offers based on innovation-centered EcoStructure platform. This is essentially an IoT-based solution, right from connected products at the bottom to edge control to cloud-based software applications for a complete predictive water management. The green bars there highlight the offers from Schneider Electric. Our offers interact with the customer assets, the field devices, the regulatory compliance requirements such as lab analysis reports, and so on and so forth. And all of this is then displayed and monitored on Schneider Electric's SCADA. This is further integrated with data coming from multiple sites and sources such as ERP, engineering tools, local analytics, etc., onto an integrated command and control center, which is the topmost layer, which is really the system of systems that integrates operational applications at an enterprise level and generates end-to-end visibility. We call it the Unified Operations Center, and it helps in terms of creating context-driven, actionable information, making faster and more informed decisions, and speed up crisis response, minimize risk to people, assets, and operations, reduce energy and operational costs, optimize performance and reliability of services, and so on and so forth. It is basically an enhanced layer of intelligence that ensures data works in the service of organizational goals. The overall architecture, which could be bundled in 4 baskets, for example, water plant and network optimization, water network optimization, energy performance, and asset performance. The building blocks of Schneider's UOC can integrate quantity, level, pressure, balance, leakages, engineering and design, GIS and asset mapping, quality, the BOD levels, water age, lab data, wastewater quality, discharge quality, etc. The consumptions such as energy, chemical, water discharge, etc. Assets, monitoring of assets, controlling of assets, network and installation assets, including pump and motors, valves, transmission line health, and so on and so forth. Predictive scenario for network, plant, power, assets, assets, and also things like leak likelihood. Sustainability and financial and ERP inputs. Smart water resource, software resources, operations and infrastructure, and maintenance related data and inputs, thereby ensuring compliance, maintaining uptime, and mitigating costs and managing complexity. This is where the entire this is what the entire EcoStructure can deliver. We have some solid references, and I'm going to talk about 5 references that we have across the globe and in India. Our customers stand live testimonies to benefit that they had accrued using our innovation solutions. And I was in fact with the ex-CEO of one of these, of the NRDA, in fact, the Atal Nagar Smart City, where he was really appreciative of the kind of output that they've received thanks to, the Schneider Electric's smart water solution. The first example, of course, goes without saying. It's the Naya Raipur Smart City. This is India's first greenfield city that runs on our EcoStruxure-based solution for smart water, sewerage management, electrical utility management, city surveillance, e-governance system, transit system, street lighting, GIS-based asset mapping, and integrated asset mapping management. Our solutions based on predictive management has made a huge difference to the city management, allowing the authorities to be perhaps 2 steps ahead of the system, predicting exactly how the system would work, and acting on the intelligence that it receives. It has helped set up a great standard of living for the residents there, and helped improve their lifestyle. In fact, there's a lot of predictability to what they would receive on a day-to-day basis, thus positively impacting their efficiency and their own efficiency and productivity. This project, incidentally, is widely acknowledged by our own Prime Minister and the Niti Aayog people in the Niti Aayog, and that's a great recognition to have. The next example is that of Smart Water Initiative of Mcgm. Here, the customer Mcgm, one of the largest, perhaps the largest, water body, perhaps the largest municipality in the whole of India. Their requirement was to monitor quality, quantity, flow, etc., from different sources. Ensure continuity of service and operational optimization, and manage water reserves, ensuring adequate and continuous water supply, and increase coordination and workflow between operation, maintenance, management, and other departments, and perform a disaster recovery or sorts, which is, first such installation in India that talks about disaster recovery. While this is, why just in India, perhaps in South Asia as well. While this is on the last stages of implementation, once operational, Schneider Electric's EcoStruxure-based smart water solution is expected to transform the way the megacity of Mumbai receives its water, or the water distribution of megacity of Mumbai is managed, and prepare it for any kind of disaster, whether it is disaster risk, whether it is natural or man-made. This system shall be scalable and future-ready to incorporate larger areas and satellite towns as and when required in an ever-growing city like Mumbai. The third example is an international example. In the east of Asia, in the country of Thailand, it's called the utility is called the East Water. They are they're the largest supplier of untreated water in the eastern region of Thailand, supporting industrial clients. Again, Schneider Electric's smart water solution, including the Unified Operations Center, has transformed the utility as Thailand's most advanced, efficient, and smart untreated water transmission lines, with benefits realized like 10% reduction in water loss, 15% reduction in energy costs, 30% increase in operational efficiency, and so on and so forth, which is cyber secured, scalable, and future-proof system. The next example, this is Anglian Water, again, perhaps the largest private water operator in the United Kingdom, and one of our oldest customers, where we have implemented the water management suite to bring down the NRW. The customer's intent, and Anglian Water, by the way, was sort of pioneer in terms of bringing down the NRW, even when they decided to go for our solution. Their intent was to further bring down NRW, and they wanted to stabilize it at around 15% or so by minimizing leakages and using predictive technology to improve availability. Plus, their intent was also to decrease the cost of identifying and fixing a leak. Like I said, when you are able to identify it beforehand, do a predictive job of identifying leaks, it saves you a lot of cost in terms of reacting to a leak or a burst situation. With our EcoStructure-based smart water management suite combined with field devices and SCADA, they've been able to significantly slash leakage by proactively addressing leakage possibilities. The last example that I'll share here is about a desalination plant in the UAE. It's this plant produces about 136 mld desalinated water regularly, and we have again a complete Schneider Electric offer, right from the electrical to automation to SCADA to asset manager and service expert suite, delivering complete savings on capex, opex, energy consumption, and assisting in predictive asset management and predictive maintenance. In conclusion, Schneider Electric's EcoStructure-based smart water solution blends the best of IT and OT technologies to help our customers manage the scarce freshwater resources better, ensure equitable water distribution, help maintain water quality, monitor and control wastewater discharge quality, help achieve water circularity, and prolong asset and infrastructure life, while reducing power consumption, helping and save operational costs, becoming more customer-centric, and ultimately optimize the cost of ownership across the asset lifecycle. So through our innovative smart water technologies and services, Schneider Electric helps make water safe, reliable, sustainable, and efficient across the entire water life cycle. We partner with our customers in their digital transformation to reach efficiency, resiliency, and sustainability goals. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Ashok Kumar.
Thank you. It was very broad spectrum talk, very precise. Also, you had showcased various aspects of your company's work also, and I hope it would have inspired or motivated other people in the sector to look at these various options. Now it's open for questions. Let's see. Gopi, any questions?
Yeah, sir, we have 4 questions. So I can see a question for you. How can a successful PPP model in water management look at the comforts to the SLAs? And if you want to take...
Let's talk to the speaker first, because...
Yeah.
Any question to the speaker? Because I keep on coming, but we may not get regularly. So questions addressed to him, please.
So you can see at the right side of your chat window, there are 4 or 5 questions. You can choose any.
So I think one of which was for me was in terms of sharing the references which I've done. The other part that increasingly comes up is how can we partner, with the government, with the stakeholders, etc., on delivering the the kind of objectives that National Water Mission has, or the government has, or the utilities has, etc. I'd like to spend a few minutes on that, and then we'll take any questions if we have. Government is a primary stakeholder and a driver of water market, like everywhere else here in India as well. Well, almost 100% of wastewater market is controlled by government utilities, such as Jal Nigams or municipalities. And there are very few examples of private water operators, such as the Anglian Water that I showcased in UK, or the Veolia in the US, and so on and so forth. This is however changing. We have we see a couple of questions on the PPP model, etc. So with the advent of PPP model and HAM model, back with the strong O&M phase, private operators are increasingly responsible for building and maintaining and operating these assets for the contract period, which means the other model that we are increasingly talking about is the one city, one operator, which is again, all of this means that it's a great way of building accountability with the people who are executing these projects. So the government, it's very encouraging to see the government go beyond the traditional EPC model and bringing in the private expertise, the specialization, etc., to deliver on these social sector objectives, hoping to increase efficiency, reduce service downtime, and deliver on the needs of the aspirational population. While at the same time, with water sector, what is also important is to meet the social objectives. This is also significant as it frees up, as Ashok sir, with people like you, it frees up energies and time of the authorities to focus on governance, on delivering the right services instead of being bothered by day-to-day mundane issues. The government is rightly focused on important issues like policy making, overall management, etc. Now, if you take some examples of the schemes, schemes such as Jal Jeevan Mission, which aims to provide tapped water connection to every rural household in the country, there is an immense focus on on making it happen, and this is backed by matching financial allocations as well. What would be equally important is to arm the local bodies and the district authorities with the right kind of information so that they feel adequate and empowered to take quick decisions. The state and the central governments would also want to monitor the progress of these projects and whether these projects are delivering on the social goals and so on and so forth, which is extremely critical in the operations phase. Similarly, on the Namami Gange, if you take an example where a lot of work has happened to build the STPs along the coast of the river Ganga, what the government is looking at now is to monitor various parameters in real time and take appropriate decisions when required, as required. The government is also keen to build a credible mechanism to monitor discharge quality, discharge rate, service levels, billing, NRW reduction, redressal mechanisms, beneficiary analysis, and all of that. There are several such schemes where the government is looking to build a robust decision-making mechanism based on credible data insights with increasingly things like 24/7 water management, water distribution, flood prediction and management, river interlinking, river and basin management, managing underground resources, etc. are concerned. The private sector engaged in building and maintaining these assets are interested in capex and opex optimization, real-time monitoring for key parameters, remote management, predictive management, minimizing downtime, and so on and so forth. This is all possible with digital transformation at every level, from obtaining a high-level decision-making data to more granular data to empower people so as to make decisions at every level. Schneider Electric, with its vast experience around the globe and implementing solutions on automation, IoT-based asset optimization, integrated operations management, and contextualized end-to-end visibility and decision-enabling analytics, can perhaps advise and educate the government bodies, the decision makers, policy making bodies, planning bodies, water authorities, governance bodies, and their consultants on the technologies, what are the kind of benefits that it can yield, and what to look for. We can bring in the flavor of how these technologies can save costs, can drive efficiencies, can bring end-to-end visibility for a sound decision-making process, control leakage and losses, reduce NRW, predictive asset management and optimization, network optimization, 24/7 water distribution, tracking social goals, flood management, water resource management, etc. I know a lot of these things, but all of these are intertwined with technology, and we can leverage technology to best deliver on all these goals. These will also ensure that we are meeting the sustainability goals, resiliency, and of course achieving the ROI, which is also somewhere important in schemes like these. We and through our certified partners or as OEM can work with EPCs or directly with the government on executing these technologies. So one is the advisory part, and the second is the execution part. Where we can work with the EPCs or with the government who are partners or directly. And we as specialists in energy management, automation, and IoT-based digital technologies can partner the government decision makers, policy makers, etc. In helping deliver digital transformation journey for lasting benefits. So if we can, partner with the government on these kind of things, it would add value to, I believe, Schneider as well as to the government organizations. Thank you. Yes, if there are any more questions here, we can take
do you
them.
have any program nurturing the startups? Because the startups people are listening to this program. Do you have any sort of handholding or any nurturing program for the startups in your company?
Yeah, that's a good question, sir. We do encourage startups, especially in the in the delivery in order to address the delivery mechanism, and also in order to give an access to the user, to the the customers, and so on and so forth. If somebody is interested, if there are any startups who want to work in the system integration space, or they have an offer which can complement our offer to better deliver on these objectives, please connect with me. We can work out, we can discuss the details and see how can we leverage each other's strengths to address this critical market.
Can you share some contact, because we don't want to be in between? So if you can share your contact email or something in this, in the chat, so that people can directly contact you, because we don't want to be in between. This is a transparent platform where people can discuss each other and try to help, because my interest is in getting the water sector more technology oriented, better solutions, and equity of water access to everybody. That's what we are looking at it. So if anybody wants to talk to it, because startups and young brains are always very useful, and they are all looking for new avenues. So if they can be of support you, it'll be good. So if you can put your contact or any of the person whom you to contact in the chat box, probably that will take care of that. Thank you.
Absolutely. I've put my email ID in the chat box. Please feel free to connect with me, and then we can take that forward.
Fine.
All right. I think with this, you want to add something, sir?
No,
if you want to. Okay. So with this, I think we come.
1 hour, so that this is want to keep it at 1 hour. Fine. Okay, fine.
Yeah. So with this, we come to an end of this second edition of Water Business Talk. My sincere thanks to Shri G. Ashok Kumar, Additional Secretary and Mission Director, National Water Mission, Government of India, and Arkul Sudesh Shenoy, who is a segment head, Water and Wastewater Business from Schneider Electric. Thank you so much for joining us today for the second Water Business Talk. Next month, we'll come again with a third edition. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Arkul. So I was really surprised to see so much of innovation and technology being used, because when I was in the Hyderabad Metro Water Board, we were the first in the country to set up the SCADA, and that really helped us in getting the daily water supply in Hyderabad, because we used to get water supply once in three days or 2 days. So the SCADA and the regular monitoring, real-time monitoring, and the information coming on various levels, water levels of various the reservoirs spread all over the city, and also on the quality of water. It was very helpful in managing and monitoring from one point. So, and I'm now happy to see that the smart cities and many of the cities which are pushing forward for water revolution, they are taking this up. Mumbai is probably one of the largest municipal corporation, and very humanly impossible to handle it by 1 or 2 persons. So the machine learning and artificial intelligence can definitely help us in looking at it, and probably technology can help us in reducing the non-revenue water, which is the biggest in the urban areas. Some cities report as much as a 40 to 50% more NRM, whereas the benchmark of Netherlands are all about 4 to 5%. So that's the type of scope which we have in reducing the non-revenue water and the leakage of water. Thanks a lot for your wonderful talk, and hopefully some people who would have watched it would have benefited of it, and better partnership of business office will develop. So we are not promoting or propagating any particular brand or an industry, but we only want the water sector to be a part of play a very crucial role in achieving the $5 trillion economy which the India dreams and will definitely achieve. Given the fact that yesterday we had that 100 the 100 billion the 1 million vaccine, which people
Right.
thought might not be possible, we achieved it. So India has a tremendous potential, and definitely we will, and yes, we can. Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.